Hello everyone, welcome to SEO Explains. I'm Advay Vora, and in today's video, we will be recapping the month of October 2023 at the Supreme Court. On 5th October, a 7-judge bench led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud reserved judgment in Sita Soren v. Union of India after just 2 days of hearings. The bench's decision will determine the scope of a legislator's immunity in cases of bribery for speech or a vote in a legislative assembly. 12th October saw a lot of developments in the Supreme Court. To begin with, the court briefly heard 6 7-judge and 4 9-judge constitution bench matters. The matters are expected to be heard substantially in the first quarter of 2024. On the same day, a 7-judge bench, also led by CJI Chandrachud, reserved judgment in a case determining the validity of an unstamped arbitration agreement. The bench was reconsidering a 5-judge bench decision from April 2023, which held that an unstamped arbitration agreement cannot be enforced. Constitution benches aside, a division bench of Justices B.V. Nagaratna and Ujjwal Bhuyan reserved judgment in the challenge to the premature release of 11 convicts in the Bilkis Bano gang rape case. The convicts were released by the Gujarat government under its 1992 remission policy on 15th August 2022. On 13th October, we at Supreme Court Observer had a book event with Dr. Aparna Chandra, who is the co-author of Court on Trial. In our conversation, she discussed critical topics such as the disproportionate power of the Chief Justice, access to justice, procedural solutions to relieve the overburdened court, polyvocality of the court, and an acute view of the role of senior advocates in the Indian justice system. On 16th October, the Supreme Court rejected a plea for termination of a 26-week pregnancy on the grounds that there was no danger to the mother and that there was no substantial fetal abnormalities. The court gave this decision in spite of an AIMS report claiming that the petitioner was suffering from postpartum psychosis, which also included suicidal tendencies. On 17th October, a constitution bench assembled to deliver a long-awaited judgment in the plea for marriage equality. The bench rejected marriage rights for sexual minorities in India under the Special Marriage Act. The bench also upheld the validity of the Special Marriage Act and refused to include non-heterosexual marriages within its ambit. While they unanimously agreed that there was no fundamental right to marry, the court was split on the right to civil union and adoption. The majority opinion, led by Justice Ravindra Bhat, held that sexual minorities did not have the right to civil union and could not adopt. On 18th October, a special bench consisting of Justices S.K. Kaul, Sanjeev Khanna, and Bela Trivedi sat to review the Supreme Court's 2022 decision in Vijay Madan Lal Chaudhary v. Union of India. In Vijay Madan Lal, the court upheld provisions of the PMLA, that is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, which granted wide investigative powers to the Enforcement Directorate. On 20th October, Justice S. Ravindra Bhat retired after a 4-year tenure at the Supreme Court. His retirement brings the strength of the Supreme Court down to 31 judges out of the sanctioned strength of 34. Throughout his tenure, his 4-year tenure, Justice Bhat authored 142 judgments. On 30th October, a 3-judge bench directed the Speaker of the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly to conclude long-pending disqualification proceedings against 54 MLAs of the Shiv Sena party by 31st December 2023. The bench also directed that the Speaker must conclude disqualification proceedings against MLAs of the Nationalist Congress Party by 31st January next year. On 31st October, a constitution bench started hearing challenges against the electoral bond scheme, which allows anonymous individuals, including corporate entities, to fund political parties. This sums up the month of October. Tell us what you think about these developments. Keep following Supreme Court Observer to read our detailed coverage on all of these things.